Hello everyone, it's Nikki Gordon-Bloomfield here from Transport Evolved. Happy Thursday. It's nice and sunny now that the fog has burned away here in Portland, Oregon. I'm running some errands, so I thought I'd bring you along so we could do a mobile thought of the day. And don't worry, I'm going to keep my eyes right on the road ahead as soon as we start moving. What do I want to talk to you today about? Well, not electric cars, but Hyperloop, and specifically Hyperloop One, which has made an announcement this week that it is going to be developing the world's first commercial Hyperloop into Abu Dhabi, connecting Abu Dhabi with all of the other cities in the area, massively reducing transport times between those cities, removing the necessity to fly between those cities, and also using the abundant solar power that exists in that part of the world to power the system. But my question for you is this. At the moment, the Hyperloop One system seems incredibly complicated. There are these little pods that fit into, that join up together into a quartet of little pods that then travel inside a larger hypertube capsule. And then that capsule travels inside the Hyperloop itself. So you're traveling inside a little box that is inside a bigger box with 4 or 3 other little boxes inside a bigger box that then shoots down through a tube really, really fast. And we're talking super, super fast here. Speeds faster than commercial airplanes. But my question for you is this. Is this actually going to be the revolutionary transportation system that everyone says it's going to be? Or is it just going to be a transportation system for the really rich? I'm old enough to remember Concorde. In fact, I lived in along one of the flight paths for Concorde as it came in for the last time. So I've seen Concorde flying. I've heard it, and it was a beautiful piece of engineering developed jointly between the British and the French. But it was also incredibly expensive to fly Concorde. Supersonic air travel. You could travel from New York to London. And the joke used to be that you could have breakfast in London, you could have coffee in New York, and then be back home for the evening to tuck your kids in London. But while Concorde was amazing, it was impossibly expensive for the average person to be able to afford. And I can't help think that Hyperloop is going to be the same. And while Elon Musk may not have had that as his idea when he first brought the idea of Hyperloop Alpha to everyone's attention, and we should point out here that he didn't invent Hyperloop, he just pulled lots of ideas on the subject together into something cogent that people could actually start working on. I don't think he had that idea. I think he had that idea of Hyperloop being for everyone. But I think the reality is it's not going to be. Let's examine the cost of developing and building the infrastructure that Hyperloop needs. Trillions of dollars. Trillions of dollars. There are teams still working on the engineering to figure out how to get the things to levitate, how to figure out how to keep the Hyperloop capsules traveling safely, how to ensure that the actual Hyperloop tubes that they travel through are properly evacuated with air to make sure that that partial vacuum actually works. And that's before we even examine any maintenance and repair costs. If you've spent any time at all in Europe, you'll know that the Channel Tunnel, the Eurotunnel, is incredibly complex and incredibly costly to maintain. There's a big argument going on in the UK right now on that subject because of Brexit and who's going to pay for what and when and why. So tell me in the thoughts in the comments below, tell me what you think about Hyperloop. It's going to happen, but is it going to be a rich person's plaything or a mass transit that will revolutionize the way we travel? As always, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and a share if you liked, and a thumbs down if you didn't. Tell me why, because otherwise we can't improve. I'll be back tomorrow with a Transport Evolved TEN, Transport Evolved News show, covering the latest news in the world of evolving transport. And as always, you can support us from as little as $1 per month over at patreon.com/transport evolved. I'm going to go and sort out a minibus for a trip I'm making this weekend. Have a great rest of your day, and until next time, keep evolving.